Hi everyone, I'm Preeti. So this is something that I was getting really strongly. It's a channeled plus like I was really being inclined to talk about this. And um okay, so I watched some celebrities say something about they're like big motivational speaker and oh like you have to when you're doing something internally, when you're doing something, when you're being really feeling the feeling, then you do something, or then you, that is good. That I'm not saying that is not good. When you're feeling the feeling, for example, when you're feeling the feeling to write a book, sometimes you don't feel like it. You have to start, you have to put a pen in your hand, start writing. You have to take an action first. You're never going to feel like it sometimes. You're never going to get motivated sometimes to do anything. You have to take an action first. And another example, you're not going to feel like, I'm going to give you my real example. I don't feel like wanting to go out to work out or to go to the gym. I don't feel like it. Sometimes I have to drag myself. That's called discipline. Like I have to tell myself, I'm going to do this. This is going to help me. And while I'm working out, I feel like I've achieved something. Even if I worked out for 10 minutes, even if I worked out for 15 minutes, do it even when you don't feel like it. Yes, sometimes we get this inspirational nudges, we get this motivational nudges that is amazing. For example, I'm being inspired, I'm channeling this, I'm being inspired and motivated to talk about this right now, right? That is a bonus to me. That this is naturally, I'm downloading this message to talk about this. But sometimes we don't get this. We're not always going to get this. We're not always going to feel like every day we have to do this, go for a walk. Every day we have to do something. You have to act on it first. That will release those hormones that will motivate you, right? And I don't want to go all sciencey on that, but it is something like when you act on it first, when you go for a walk first, you're not just going to go for a walk for 5 minutes. You will at least go for 10 and then you'll go for 15 minutes. If you're just relying on feelings sometimes, it's not going to work. Because feelings, sometimes we just want to stay sad, right? You have to train yourself to even for 5 minutes do something that would kind of get you out of that negative state of mind, or something that would get you out of that negative loop cycle. Stop you, because you need to stop that cycle, right? Like just today I feel like I don't want to do this or I don't want to do that. And I was like, Preeti, you're not going to feel like it. You just have to do it, right? And also when you're feeling, oh no, I have to do this, when I'm being inspired, yes, that is a good thing. I will always support that. When you're inspired, that is like a bonus to us. But you have to also become that. How do we become that? Like naturally we become like we by discipline. How do we become that? Oh, we need to do this every single day. Because for example, everybody, when January starts, right, the first January, everybody wants to just like, oh, I need to do this resolution, like, and then it slows down. But that is the time when there's a dip. That is the time that's when you have to be disciplined to see the results, to see the actual results that will show you, oh wow, this actually does work. Because that's when, like, when if 100 people started doing something, only sometimes 50 left, and then there only 30 left, then there only 20, then only 10%. Sometimes there's only 5% people left. Those 5 people see the results. Why? Because they're not relying on inspiration or motivation. They're mostly staying disciplined. They do it every day. They do it every day. Yes, you can take a break for a certain amount of time, for a few hours. That's fine. You can take a break for a day. but do not take a break for such amount of time that you become like sadness becomes your new habit, or not wanting to go for a workout becomes a new habit, right? Because you trained your body now, right, for the whole so many days to do something for physical. I'm just talking about physical activity, and you can turn it into some new habit that you want to start a new business, right? You're not getting any results outside. You're not getting results, but that does not mean that you stop doing it. You have to stick with it, and you have to keep doing it over and over again to see the long term result. Because right now, people just want instant gratification, they want instant everything. Sometimes you're not going to get instant gratification, and it's okay. Yes, follow your happiness. I always support that. I'm always supporting. Like, for me, it's like, like simple things like getting my nails done, or like hanging out with my family, and like I would do that, but then at the same time, in the back of my mind, I know I have to stay disciplined. I have to do this, otherwise it's not going to work, right? And so this is why, if anybody hopefully if even one person gets this message from me today, that sometimes you're not going to feel like doing it, you're not going to get motivated, but you have to stay disciplined. In regards to anything that you're doing, don't just stop in the middle, keep going, because that is what will work. Okay, and that's why I'm always very, very headbent on. I always push everyone, like my clients especially, to be thankful already. You're not going to feel like being thankful because you're not seeing the results already, but be thankful already, because you're training your brain, your subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind doesn't know what's real or not. If you're already using these affirmations, you're already saying, you're already being gratitude, you're already showing gratitude, then you train your body. You don't see the results right away. You're already being, I'm thankful, I'm so thankful that I'm doing this. Thank you, body. Thank you, my brain, that you're actually pushing me to do this. That will become into a good habit. That will become naturally, you're naturally going to want to do that. But you have to train yourself first, right? And sometimes, like, even for example, sometimes you don't want to say thank you. Sometimes you don't feel like saying thank you. But can you imagine, by you just saying that word thank you, it means so much to other person who's hearing that. They feel so touched by that, right? Sometimes you don't feel like it. That doesn't mean that, like, we forget to appreciate what other person is doing for us. Sometimes you get a help. Smile, even your simple smile can make a day. Maybe that person is so sad. Your simple smile made them feel happier. Oh, there's a hope. Oh, there are people out there, they look at life in a more positive way, right? More optimistic way. So sometimes I just don't want to go too off tangent, but it's like, sometimes even if you don't feel like it, you have to do it anyways. Even if you don't feel like, using affirmations, even if you don't feel like saying thankful, um, even if you don't feel like, oh, I don't really feel it inside me. Do I really need to? Yes, because you're training yourself to do that. You're training your body to do that. Like, oh, I don't feel happy. How are you going to be happy if you're not taking any action towards happiness, right? Do something that would make you happy. If you're staying in one room and you're not doing anything, you're not taking any step towards your happiness, and happiness could be anything to anyone, right? If you're not taking any step towards that, how are you going to be happy? The first thing that I always advise, go out of the house, wherever you're living, go out of the apartment, wherever you live, go out, be in the nature. Just go for a simple walk. That is the first thing that you can do, the best thing you can do to yourself. That would really help you to feel a little bit better. If not a lot, little bit better. And if you do that every day, I'm telling you, your life will change. Thank you.